What up, world and everything outside it? Doc Saki, the co-host here, Streets Never Sleep Radio. Another episode. We're blessed to be here. We're about to get into the first special guest of the evening, all the way from Hartford. We got Marvalyss in the house.
What up, though? What up, though?
Hey, what up, man?
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Man, we're good, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. I know a couple weeks ago, the homie Marvalyss, I know you came through with Muggsy. Well, no, it wasn't a couple weeks ago. That was like months ago.
Yeah.
But we do have to tell him, yo, Doc and I actually, we said a couple months ago, like we do something where we listen to all the ciphers, all the interviews. And I think till this day we agree.
The control beat.
I might even have to bring it up, but your verse on the control beat when you came is the hottest verse in the cipher.
Hands down.
You, man. Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
We might have to make a platinum plaque or something, but just give us credit. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, man, we got Marvalyss in the building. Say what's up, man. Let everybody know
on?
who you are if they don't know who you are already.
Listen, West Haven, New Haven. The kid Marv in the building, man. Listen, if you don't know, I've been doing this for a while. I'm actually just out here grinding, you know. Big ups to the team for having me, Streets Never Sleep Radio.
Yeah.
You want to find out what the music is like, you can always go check me out on soundcloud.com/Marvalyss. That's MARVALYSS.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. Jenny, what you got for him?
All right. Well, I guess we already established that you're Marvalyss. All right.
That's so nice of you to say.
Yeah. Let everyone know where you reside. What are you representing? Where are you from?
Well, listen, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Right now, I'm out in New Britain. I reside there. You know, I made that move musically. Just to link up with a lot of my comrades, you know, as in Muggsy, ATV, the A-Team, Autobots. A lot of my friends, man, and peers are out there. So I made that move so that way we could get this music going.
How long have you been in the game, Ron?
Seriously, like honestly, actually grinding. Like, I mean, I've been rapping since 1990, you know, but I mean, honestly, I've been actually taking this seriously since like 97, 98.
Word.
All right. Who are some of your influences?
The infamous question.
So yeah, we got an hour and a half, so take your time.
Listen, man, I mean, honestly, there's not a long list for me, but definitely Cool G Rap is definitely one of my major influences. Nas, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, those are really my influences, like the people that I listen to and they made me want to rap. That's it, man. My list isn't that long, you know. But
doesn't need to be.
I could definitely hear the G-Rap influence just because you come with that very aggressive delivery.
Absolutely.
And just that rawness to it.
Yes, you got to pay homage, man, to the people who deserve it, man. And like I said, he was definitely one of my major influences.
Definitely, man. I mean, and like listening to cats like, you know, Cool G and all them, you know, and you see how far their careers have gone. But, you know, the thing is, you know, they had a certain style that they stuck with.
Right.
So, I mean, according to yourself, you know, what kind of MC would you consider yourself? And what kind of music do you make? What kind of hip-hop music do you make?
Listen, man, as far as an MC, man, I'm an MC. You know, there's a difference between a rapper and an MC. You know, and I'm an MC. This is what I do. You know, MC is the master of ceremonies. You know, the person that move the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Control the crowd. You know, every time I step foot on the stage, that's what I intend to do. You know, it's more or less interacting with the crowd, you know, getting them going because they're the people that come out to support you and show you love. And, you know, if you can move the crowd and control the crowd, then you're an MC. You know, if you go out there and you're rapping your heart out, but nobody's paying attention, you're a rapper. You're rapping, man.
Definitely, man.
You know, so. And, I mean, as far as the music I'm trying to make, man, like, honestly, I just want to make timeless music. You know, music that resonates with the people. When you listen to it, you know, you hear it now, but you can go back once 10 years have passed and say, man, that was a dope record, you know, and maybe decipher something out of that record the second time around that you didn't the first, you know. So that's the goal, man, when I make music, is just to make good music, man, you know, just to actually take my time and put my heart and my soul into it. Like, it's more than just going into the lab and putting together like I don't know, my thought process is different, you know, because when I hear music, like what motivates me is a beat, you know, a dope record, you know, and when I hear that dope record and that beat that moves me, I don't ever go into the studio with the mindset, oh, I'm about to make a club record, you know, or I'm about to make this type of record. I go into the studio to make a record.
Right.
And when I make that record, and hopefully if it's a dope record, this is proven, it'll transcend everything. So it doesn't matter. If you put out a dope record, it's gonna bang in the streets, it's gonna bang in the club, it's gonna bang in your car, it's gonna bang while you at home. That's just, you know, if you make a good record, it's gonna be everywhere, you know, so you don't have to limit yourself by trying to go into the studio and make a certain record. I don't ever try to do that.
Nah, like it should, man. I feel like the music, you know, as an MC myself as well, I feel like it always stems from the music.
Right.
Just like it always relates. I mean, you know, people say there's the business end of it and there's the music end of it. I feel like with anything, it always relates back to the music. And you know, like even what you were saying before, like I feel like it's pretty common for like heavy hip hop fans to listen to some of their favorite records, and even a couple years down the line, they pick up something that they didn't hear the first time. And I feel like that just proves how important of a lyricist and how important they took lyricism into putting the record.
Right.
So, you know, according to you, man, how important is lyricism?
Listen, man, lyricism is everything, man.
Yeah.
It's everything. You know, I'm, you know, all the way real, man. It's everything to me, man. You know, there's nothing else above it for me.
Yeah. So. No, I mean, because like you said, you know, MCing, you got cats that can rock a stage, but they're not saying anything.
Right.
And I feel like that definitely lacks in the package of what an MC is. So, but that's what's up, man.
So now, speaking on lyricism, right now in the game, as far as, you know, big and out there in front of people, you have the Kendricks and the J. Coles, to a degree, the Freddie Gibbses, and you still have even like Eminem, Jada, Black Thought, all these lyricists still making a killing. Just what are your thoughts on all that and just the survival of lyricism in mainstream, I guess?
Well, first and foremost, you got to commend those guys, you know, because as we all can see, it's easy to get caught in trends, you know, and become followers. And that's, you know, pretty much with social media in general nowadays. So for these guys to actually, you know, be in a position where they're able to say something and speak to the people and have, you know, the power of an MC, because, you know, what people don't realize is how powerful you are and the influence that you have over people. You know, especially in the position that these artists are in. So for them to actually hold true to what hip hop is and embody that and actually bring that across, I commend them for that. You know, you have to. Definitely,
man. So you recently got featured on Hot 93.7's Friday Night Spotlight. Just talk a little bit about that and how that went down.
Well, that was a dope experience, man. I mean, you know, I've been grinding for a long time, you know, and I'm never the guy to look at it like, oh, well, why didn't I get that opportunity? If anything, it's more or less, you know, if I see cats around me that are actually grinding and they're doing their thing, it motivates me. You know, I came from a background where you had to be selfless instead of selfish. So, you know, when I see other people doing good, it doesn't motivate me to want to have hate towards them. It motivates me to want to do what they're doing. So I just kept grinding, waiting for my time to come, you know, and then the time actually came where G Money reached out to me, you know, and he was like, man, listen, you know, you've been doing your thing, man, and you know, you got some things going on for you. Let's have you up there. And honestly, it was a great experience, you know, to actually be on the home team radio station, you know, just to be able to actually reach a little bit more people that I did before. It was a great look.
And I was just gonna say too, everybody has their own time with it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
God works in mysterious ways.
Absolutely, man. And he never closes all the doors without leaving the window open.
Amen to that.
That's for sure.
And since then, man, I mean, how has the following gone? I mean, have you got any people hitting you up? Not as far as labels, but just people in general hitting you up, saying what's good.
Yeah, listen, man, like honestly, like real big, you know, everybody knows Apathy, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Apathy.
Yo, I saw he tweeted your new joint the other day.
You know, and
props.
that was big, you know, it was like, the record I got called Reign Supreme.
Yeah.
When I put that out, you know, like he liked it, you know, so he retweeted it. I'm at work and I'm like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Apathy, you know,
Yeah.
so you know that's big, you know, because these cats are cats who are actually busy and doing their thing. So for them to still be checking for the home team talent, that's big too. So you know, he gave me a big up, you know, and that's a good look, you know, because he's definitely a heavy hitter, you know, in Connecticut, like so. You know, that's big. And as far as following, I mean, like, honestly, like, I think that I've been gaining some steam. You know, I got a lot of people that, you know, nonstop, my phone is going off, whether it be producers sending records or people wanting features, you know, it just constantly goes off. And that's a good thing, you know, working. So I can't complain, man.
And that's what it's all about, man. So, so last time you were up here with Muggsy, you know, even Muggsy was talking about, you know, to cop your project late nights, early mornings.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that definitely brought you a little steam as well.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I mean, right off the bat, like, just tell us what the meaning was behind the title.
Man, late nights, early mornings, man, is honestly a testament to how I live. You know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a late night, early morning kid, you know, like I'm up all times of night, you know, I gotta be up for work early in the morning and I'm out in West Haven, you know, it's almost already 11 o'clock, which
Right.
means that by the time that I get home and actually settle down, it's gonna be early morning, you know what I mean?
1
So,
a.m.
Yeah.
right, so, pretty much that was the, you know, the thought process behind that title is just that I'm always, I'm up late nights working on music. That's when I really actually get to, you know, focus in and,
Right.
you know, early mornings.
Definitely, man. And, you know, the one thing I loved about the project, which, you know, even the night after I heard about it, you know, and I'm saying all this from a fan's perspective, you know, people will say, oh, you're on them or whatever, but just, you know, I'm a fan of hip hop. So, you know, I definitely did a thorough listen multiple times on the project. And I definitely loved, you know, you're an MC that's not afraid to write heartfelt records because
Right.
you don't make them sound soft.
Right.
They're real. They're relatable.
Right.
And, you know, a couple joints I got in constant rotation. You know, the first one is To Live and Die in CT.
Okay.
Which, for those who don't know, you know, remix the Pac joint.
Yes, sir.
Which we'll get into that more. But, you know, and then you got another joint called Daddy's Little Girl, which definitely, you know, shows a different side of Marvalyss.
Right.
And, you know, I just wanted to see, like, what's your writing process like? I mean, when you go in, you know, once you finally hear that beat, how do you come up with the concept?
Oh, it was crazy, man. I mean, you know, like I said, when I'm actually going through the process, I let the beat take me there. You know, so it's like I said, it's never a forcing the issue type of thing. You know, I let the beat take me where I'm supposed to go. You know, so I mean, sometimes I get a record and I'll listen to it for maybe like a week straight,
Right.
but I won't write to it.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'll put it to the side and then something will hit me, it'll click, and then I can start writing to that record. You know, that's not that way for every record, you know, because some records just catch you more and you might come up with a thought right then and there, like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But I mean, I've like I said, I'll tell you one thing about me that a lot of people don't know is that I can't write with other people in the room. It might be weird, but I can't do it. Like, I've never ever actually written a record in the studio. Like, I have to take that record with me, meditate, throw it around a little bit,
Yeah.
and then write to it. I can't write with people. I can't do it.
You got to have all just your own pure energy. With
Right.
that. You can't have. I mean, it depends on the record, but you don't want to have other people's energy.
Right.
You know, with it, you just want to have all you. for the
Right.
record.
Exactly, man.
Right.
But
now, speaking on the To Live and Die in CT record, because when he played that for me, my head almost fell off. And it obviously, you know, you're paying homage to Pac with that one. I just wanted to know, was Pac another big influence? And if so, what was your favorite Pac album?
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, man. You know, honestly, God bless, I forgot to put him in there, but definitely Tupac Shakur was an influence to me. You know, and I think it was just the little bits and pieces that I took from the artists that I actually fell in love with, man.
Yeah.
You know, because Tupac was, you know, one of the guys that wasn't afraid to make a heartfelt record.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He could put his emotions on the paper, you know, and put it out, and it's him, you know, but it can relate to so many people, you know. So he's definitely one of my favorites, and you know, that's the little bit that I took from him. And honestly, favorite albums, it's a toss-up, man.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard one because I mean, my favorite two albums are Me Against the World and Machiavelli.
Yes.
So now, you know, that's like I said, it's I can't decide on one.
100%.
They're both my
agree
favorite
with
album.
you. Same thing with me. I can't like pick the two because
Right.
it's like the Me Against the World's the personal, brighter album, and
Right.
then Machiavelli's just like the dark, Ready for War
Right.
album.
Yes.
So it's like the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. Yep. I can't pick.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Can't pick, man.
Okay. Jen Wave, you got something, or am I still asking the question?
All right. Why don't you talk to us about the A-Team? Who is that?
Okay. Now the A-Team, it's crazy. Actually, the A-Team consists of Autobots,
Okay.
ATV, Asylum Lifetime, Muggsy, Tyrone Respect Washington, and myself.
It's a crew right there.
That's a
Yeah,
clue.
yeah. It's a crazy group of fellas, man, because they're all talented individuals.
They're all spitters, man.
Right, and they
Yeah.
all have their own style. I mean, if you go on my SoundCloud and you check out our joint called the A-Team, you know, with that record right there, we're all on display. So you know, everybody from the A-Team is on that record. It's crazy. You know, they're all great people, man, and talented individuals.
Word,
So
man.
you know.
So those are the people you rock with, but what's your overall opinion on the CT hip-hop scene? Giving you the hard ones.
Nah, listen, I love it because I'm opinionated. But my opinion on the CT hip hop scene, honestly, is it's not where it should be. And I say that because what happens is that I think a lot in the Connecticut hip hop scene is that they try to take hip hop and rap and group that together. You can't do that. You know, what you have to do is that there's a lot of artists, let's be honest, you know, and like I said, and this is coming from a fan perspective, because before an artist, I am the ultimate fan. Like, I live, eat, sleep, breathe hip hop. So this is what I do, you know. Like, if you go online and you ask anybody, any friend on my Facebook, they'll tell you I don't think you want to, you know, go back and forth with that guy when it comes to hip hop, because this is what I do. You know. So it's like they try to put it all together, and you can't put it all together because it's just two different lanes, you know. It's like the people say, oh yeah, we support hip hop, we represent hip hop in CT, but it's like there's so many artists that you overlook, you know, when you can't just show your crew love. If you're gonna support CT, then you have to support all of CT. You can't just support part of it. And I think that's a major part of the problem. You know, certain individuals that are in privileged positions are only worried about who they have in that immediate circle around them. You know, like I had this conversation with one of my friends a couple of days ago. You know, we were talking about political animals. I don't know if you guys ever heard about
Shout out to political animals.
Listen, political animals. The craziest part about it is that my coworker, her name's Lauren. Hey, Lauren.
What up, Lauren?
Yeah, you know, what's up, Lauren? She texted me before I came to the show tonight, and she was like, hey, the political animals are at Catsup and Mustard in Manchester. You should come down. And I was like, well, man, I want to go, but I got this radio interview tonight. And it's crazy. It's like that's a group from Connecticut that never gets any mention. Like, you know, they're grinding, so the people who actually know about them know what's going on. But I just think that they should get way more shine than they do. Yeah. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when if you're gonna represent CT hip hop, and you say that you want to be a figure in CT hip hop, then you have to be objective and not selective. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like that's a problem in a lot of hip hop scenes.
It is.
It just comes like, you said before, you grew up in a time where you got to be selfless instead of selfish.
Right.
I feel like a lot of cats are selfish these days because they're just not even comfortable with what they're doing.
Right. It is. I mean, they're selfish in a way because, their mentality is, oh, well, if I don't shine, then you can't. Or you shouldn't. Nah, that's not what happens, man. What happens is that everything has a time and a place, and everybody has to wait their turn. And you can't spend your time being salty, about the next guy. Like I said, that should be motivation for you to want to actually grind harder. They say a lot of the nicest cats, they're sitting around unsigned, and a lot of the garbage cats are actually on. Why is that? Because it's nothing more than their work ethic. Their work ethic is 10 times better than the average cat who knows that they're good on the mic, because they know that they have to compensate for maybe not being so good lyricist or whatever the case may be. So they compensate that by actually grinding harder than the next man. So how am I gonna sit back and hate you because you took the initiative to grind harder than me? That's crazy. You just got to get up and go get it, man. I use this example all the time. My dad passed away from cancer in 2011, right? But before he actually passed away, now this is a man that worked all his life, okay? He had terminal cancer, he had throat cancer, got rid of it, came back like a year and a half later, so we already knew what time it was at that point.
Yeah.
But this man worked third shift for Securitas, a security company. And let me tell you something, he was the breadwinner in my house with my mother. So he would still, get up every night, get dressed in pain. I mean, like, he would go to chemotherapy during the day, and he would work third shift. And he would get up every night and go to work until it was to the point where the doctor said, you gotta stop. It was just, he couldn't do it anymore. So my point being is that instead of sitting around and complaining or worried about what the other guy's doing to get there, get up and go get it yourself. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Listen, I'm a manager at my job. So I tell my employees when they come and they're going back and forth, I said, listen, at the end of the day, my paycheck says my name, not their names. Don't worry about what they're doing. Worry about what you do. At the end of the day, you get paid. It's your paycheck. You have to cash your paycheck, not mine, not his, not hers. Simple as that. Go get it, man. Stop worrying about what other people doing.
Exactly, man.
That's
I feel like it definitely, Marvalyss is here, man. I feel like it's good, man, because it really does seem like, you have your father's attitude. And with the cancer, I can relate too. My father passed away last year from cancer. And, he was the same thing, worked all his life until he couldn't anymore. And, I feel like the best medicine for them is to see their sons carry on that same attitude, keep moving forward, be positive, and just go for the gusto and whatever they want to do. So I feel like you're on the right path, especially with the music, man.
Thank you.
And a couple months ago, I was on Facebook, I was creeping, probably sending Doc a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I saw a status that said, Marvalyss was thinking about hanging the mic up and facing reality.
Oh, that crushed us.
So I didn't know what was up, but I definitely wanted to ask you because it seems like since then, obviously that didn't stick. And,
right.
I just wanted just to see what was up with that. And, can you talk a little bit on the realities of being an MC? And, because I feel like not everybody is 100% when it comes to that.
Right. Well, I mean, when I actually put that status, I was just at a point where every MC comes to, it's a crossroad, where you're just, tired, wondering why, or what's going on. I just got to a point when I put that status up where it was like, man, listen, no matter how much I try, it's like I'm running in circles. So, I felt like that, but then it's like the people chimed in and were like, hey, man, what the hell are you talking about? And it was like, sometimes you need that, sometimes you need a reality check. I mean, I know that, these social media, websites are ways to, sometimes vent, You know, so it's just good to know that, you know, there are some people who actually do pay attention and checking in and like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What happens if you stop? You know what I mean? Like, we need you. And honestly, I'm a person that it doesn't go to my head, man, because honestly, when people tell me that they like the music or, you know, they like what I'm doing, then it makes me want to go home and try to make something else better than what I made before, you know, for you. So, I mean, I was just frustrated at that point in time, you know, but, you know, I do have good people in my corner, you know, and when they talk, I listen, you know. That's the most important part of life is listening, you know, because you can always learn something, man.
Nah, 100%, man. So, yo, tell everybody what's next for you, man. What are you currently working on, and what can we expect?
Okay, well, listen, man. Everybody who listening in, man, listen. Friday night at Sully's Pub in Hartford is going to be an epic show. My man DJ Stress, Rocco Leone, album release party, the Efflorescence album release party, as a matter of fact. I myself will go be rocking in the building. Crumb Snatcher's gonna be in the building. The MC 9, okay, what you want 9 is gonna be in the building. You know, some special guests coming through. Asylum Lifetime's gonna be rocking that night. Eardrugs, you know, a lot of dope acts, man. You know, so if you're out and about, you have nothing to do, you know, come out, show local CT hip hop some support, man. $5 at the door. Great drink specials. Very great environment. Come out, show some love. I also will be opening up for Young Dirty Bastard. On the 3rd of October at Sully's Pub as well. Right now, I'm currently working on my EP. After Late Nights, Early Mornings. It's called An EP About Something. It's produced by my guy G-Wiz, Greg Oreo. Good. Shout out to that guy right there. Real down to earth, good dude. I got 1,000,001 projects I'm working on.
Yeah.
I do. I stay working, man. Like
that's a good thing, though.
Listen, I got a whole bunch of singles that I just released, you know, for the fans and the people on my SoundCloud. Everything from my new record, Reign Supreme, to Take Care of Home, Mr. President. A lot of records that I'm just putting out there just for the people. And Late Nights, Early Mornings too. It will be coming sometime around the same time it came last year, you know, in the future. And a lot of feature records too, you know, a lot of promotion, you know, radio stations and, you know, networking, just grinding, man.
Doing all the hard work.
Right, trying to figure out the next step.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. So, yo, you know, one of our favorite things at Streets Never Sleep is, you know, of course, we got the cypher later, but because this is our show, you know, we're allowed to make rappers rap when they don't expect it.
Okay.
So why don't you kick a little 16 right now for everyone that's rocking right, you know, with the interview. Let's see what Marv is rocking with right now, and of course we'll hear you later. But Definitely. You got anything over this?
Yeah. Look, fair weather friends, they come and go. Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't. So here the numbers go. There's 7 billion people walking on the planet, 6 million of us homeless, and I don't understand it. I take it for good measure, never take it for granted or throw it in cause it ain't working the way that I planned it. The root of my problems are from the seeds that I planted. Only see when they stranded, never see who they stranded in the aftermath of selfishness. I could relate cause I be guilty of the selfish-ish. And life design, it ain't designed for the selflessness. The poor people eat the crumbs of the wealthiest. Please Lord help me, it's the economy rate that's adding to the poverty rate that make me hate the fact that I be awake. The lobbyists lobby for flyer estates to send their kids to private schools, but we deprived and in the projects we late for everything. Child development, OGs wanna be young bucks. They don't really teach us how to settle. Idle hands represent the devil's fist. When I write this, I keep a cross in my palm. The streets is devil's sense. The streets will kill you if you let it. Gotta stand strong, even if you only got one leg to stand on. They say that life sucks until I taste success, but I've succeeded in life working with much less.
Yo, Doc, man, I keep telling these rappers, man, you can't come to the show because I know you don't have bars. But the homie Marv,
everybody in here right now, give it up for that right now.
Definitely,
everybody in here.
This dude's a true lyricist.
Thank you, man.
On the spot.
He has something to say, man. So, yo, Marv, man,
Yes, sir.
last second, just let everybody know where they can find you.
All right,
and
listen.
let's get into some new music, man.
All right, man, listen, I'm on Facebook, man. My government name is Marvalyss McDaniel, so it's Marvalyss McDaniel on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Marvzilla, Instagram Marvalyss, SoundCloud Marvalyss, everything Marvalyss, man. MARVALYSS. Just get familiar with that spelling. MARVALYSS, man.
And you heard that all here. Streets never sleep.
That's it, man. So, yo, like I said, this is Johnny Empire, Doc Saki, the Perp Lord, Miss Jen Wavy. We have DJ Tommy C in the building. He just showed up. What's good, Poppy?
What up, Tommy C?
He's here. He said, yo, with the Barry White voice in him. I feel you,
Stefano.
man. Anyway, we got Marv in the building, man. So, yo, it's 11:04.
What up, dude?
I say we get into some new music, and then before we know it, man, it's time to rhyme again. So
25 more minutes.
this is Streets Never Sleep Radio, man. I don't know why I just did this. Peace.
Don't panic.
That's what's up.
Don't
Yeah,
panic.
don't panic. Word the French.